Hi guys or girls, mostly this video is for girls. Okay, I hope you are able to hear me because I forgot my mic and I'm traveling, so here we are. I'm trying to be as loud as I can, but anyway, let's get into the video. So there are a lot of things in my life. A lot might sound like a lot, but it's actually very simple habits that we can implement in our day-to-day life that will make us feel more put together and more confident. So yeah, this video is especially for girls, women, young girls who feel a bit lost or who just do not really like the lifestyle of their own. So these small habits, small things that we can implement in our day-to-day life, I feel they have a huge impact on how we feel about ourselves, how we perceive ourselves and how we are perceived by others. So yeah, let's get into it and I'll share you what I feel like are the things that really help me make my lifestyle a better one. And these are super realistic and nothing too dramatic, just simple, very simple habits that will make a huge impact on our living. So let's just get into the video. First and foremost thing is I feel like getting ready even when we have nowhere to go. Like there were days when I didn't have anywhere to go or any work to do, but I would just be in my pajamas or nightwear and not do anything, like not take care of my body, skin, or mentally, but just simply getting ready. Nothing too dramatic or glamorous, just putting on a nice at home outfit and doing some good skincare, doing some hair care, just brushing your teeth, hair, and giving some massage. I think uplifts the mood a lot. You don't have to necessarily get ready for others, get ready for yourself. Not something so glamorous, just some nice outfit that you would be happy to wear at home, and do your hair, skin, and that's it. You're still good to go. You're still happy on your own, right? Okay, the next thing is keeping your surroundings clean. Okay, so by surroundings I mean you don't have to like go clean your entire house when you're at home. Just keeping your bedroom, the bed you sleep on, the desk you work on, just keeping those stuff clean and tidy, I feel makes our mind much clearer. Anytime I feel a bit messed up in my head, the first thing I do is clean my surroundings. Like even if I'm not like cleaning fully, it's just putting things in its own place, just organizing stuff where they are supposed to be. I feel like helps us clear our mind and organize our thoughts better. So try it. If you always keep your surroundings messed up, try to keep stuff as tidy as you can in your surroundings, and I feel like that affects a lot on how our thoughts are placed and organized in our head. Number three is to romanticize small moments. So what do we mean by romanticize like small moments? So let's say just you're just in your room, light a candle or put on some incense stick, agarbatti. If you can't buy candles all the time, just put that. In Indian homes we have it all the time, right? Like I put it all the time, agarbattis in my home. It just makes the place smell nicer and cleaner because of the smoke. And make your own drink, be it matcha, coffee, or smoothie, whatever it is that you like and think is gonna be good for your body. Make it for yourself and do it slow and composed. Enjoy the process, enjoy the moment. Like a lot of times as girls, especially growing up in South Indian homes or just in Indian homes in general, we are told, or we were raised in a way that we feel like we owe an explanation for everything. Every no needs an explanation, and if you don't have an explanation you would feel guilty about it. But it's very important to understand that if you feel you have something to do, you have some better thing to do at that point, or you just want to protect your energy boundaries and not feel like doing something or going somewhere at some point, all you have to do is just say I can't make it. I don't think it's possible for me today, and just say no and move on without having to over explain yourself. But yeah, we were trained or raised in a way that we feel the need to explain every little thing. But guys, it's okay. You don't have to, girls, sorry, but girls, you don't have to over explain shit to anybody. I mean, unless, I don't know, in certain circumstances, but mostly try to say no and be unapologetic about it. Just because you want to protect your energy and boundaries, and just say you can't make it and move on. I feel like we don't really need to have a strict routine, like, you know, I gotta wake up at 5 a.m., do this before 6 a.m., have breakfast at 7. No, I feel like that these strict routines will only last for a while, and then it just gets difficult to keep up with it, and then you feel unproductive and blame yourself for stuff. It's just a never ending cycle. At least for me, I can't keep up with strict routine, but what helps is a non-negotiable routine. So what do we mean by that? Like, we all know what non-negotiable means. So there should be certain things that you cannot absolutely avoid doing in your day. Could be some sort of physical activity, steps, workout, or making a healthy smoothie once a day, taking supplement, or whatever, doing your skincare, hair care, brushing your hair. So it could be some simple things like this. But I feel like instead of having a strict time to time routine, it's better if we can have a non-negotiable routine where we have certain things that need to be done no matter what by end of the day, but also have room for change, so that we can have a flexible schedule on what can be added and altered. So yeah, you do not need to have a strict routine, but having non-negotiables is going to make you feel so much more confident that you are capable to do stuff on an everyday basis that you want to, for yourself, for your own well-being, right? A lot of us, or most of the teenagers, tend to dress up for how they want to be perceived and for the validation of others more than what they want to look like, more than what they actually enjoy getting dressed as, more than what they actually like. But just because it's going on in some trend right now, or people would like them if they were a certain way. But let's not do that anymore. It's important to dress up like how you want to feel that day, how you want to feel in that moment. Some days you might want to feel cute about yourself. On certain days you might want to feel more confident and intelligent, and dress up accordingly. And on the days when you don't feel like it, just dress up comfortable. So dress up based on how you want to feel about yourself, not for the validation of others. So this really uplifts my day and makes me feel ready for what is yet to come. Let's say I have an event, I'm gonna dress up more cutesy or confident, and it will prepare me for how I have to be there, right? So let's say I have an interview, I'll be mostly wearing something that makes me feel confident, like formals. So it already is preparing you for that thing to come. So dress up based on what you want to feel like more than the validation. I mean, we all know we are in the content creation era. Like, even if you're not a content creator, you're still using some or the other social media platform, right? And it could be good, it could be great, even if you're a creator or even if you are not. And I feel like it just leads you to compare yourself to other, even if you're not actively trying to. Like, back when we were kids, our parents used to compare, but that was quite rare. Or even if we used to compare, it was very subtle, only with the people we met in person. But the thing about social media is we only see all the positive things, unlike in real life, at least with a friend or people in your college class, we can see that they're also having good days, bad days. But that's not the case mostly in social media, and it's super easy to compare your worst time to somebody's best time and feel shit about it. So do not do that, and be mindful. And just, it's like a double-edged sword, right? Social media. So use it for your own good, or just to entertain yourself, but not to make yourself anxious. And yeah, and I suggest not to check media before sleeping or after waking up. And instead of doing that, try to actively think about what you want to be, how you want your day to look like, or what you are grateful from your day. Just try to visualize that particular thing. That will help us in shaping our life better. It's like a really, really small thing, right? Like, you wake up, you're not even out of the bed, just close your eyes or open, but think about what you want to be, or think about what you want your day to be like. And when you're sleeping, just think about the good stuff. Like, feel grateful for yourself and the life you have in your mind, right? So this is super simple thing. Like, how can we not do it? It's such a simple thing. It just takes 10, 20, 30 seconds in our own head. We don't even need to use anything, guys. It's such a small thing, but its impact is huge. It makes us prepared for what's yet to come, grateful for what we already have, and more aware and confident. But when we just feed our brains with all this brain rot content in such moments, when we immediately wake up and go before going to bed, it's just gonna, I feel like it doesn't even give the brain the thinking power or space to process what's happened. Most of the times we girls are told to go out with somebody, take some company, and not be alone at all. Yes, that is totally understandable considering how it is how it is and how the circumstances are. But at the same time, I feel we should still step out alone and do things on our own. And we can see things have changed, and women have been doing that. But also, not just for work, but for yourself, for your own mental well-being, we should go out alone and do things that we like, for the sake of it. And it builds confidence quietly that yeah, we are capable of taking care of ourselves even if there's nobody, right? Last but not the least is talking to yourself kindly. Okay, guys, I cannot stress about how important this is, because a lot of times we tend to only overthink about the negative stuff in our life and totally ignore what could be the other side of this. What if this happens to be amazing and not the worst that we imagine? So when you are thinking about all the worst outcomes, I mean, it's good, you could be prepared for it, but also imagine what is the best that could happen, because why not? And yeah, with this we come to an end of this video. I hope it was at least a tad bit helpful. Even if not, I'm just thankful you guys listened to me until this point. So